Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Brokers Open Podcast. I'm Dr. Ben Spears, the Dr. of Flow. I'm here with Matt, the big guy,
Matt
as
Vigga.
always.
It's not Matt. It's not Matt Vigga, everybody. It's Matt Vi.
Yeah.
It's like hi with a V on it.
Matt, the big guy. So Matt,
Yeah.
what are we talking about today, man?
So we're gonna talk about how to do a great job in your email follow-ups that you do. Okay, kind of in a nurture sequence, but making sure that you have a message set up a certain way that's going to engage people. Okay.
Yep, I like it. Guys, before we get started, hit that follow button or that subscribe button wherever you're watching. Go to brokersopenpodcast.com. Sign up for our monthly newsletter. We'll send you some real estate tips, tricks, and hacks straight to your inbox each month. Help you grow your business, generate more leads, and close more transactions. So, Matt,
Yep.
when it comes to nurturing, especially when it comes to email,
Yep.
it all starts with your message,
Right.
right? And once you know what that message is, it's time to share it. That's step
absolutely.
one.
Yeah. And so a mistake a lot of people make is we talk about this all the time. There's a huge difference between marketing and promotion.
Yes.
Right. Your emails need to promote. Right.
Yes.
They need to not just say, hey, do this because of that.
Yeah, I exist.
Right. That's exactly right. Yeah. So, you hear people say all the time, well, I send postcards out because, I know people are going to throw it away and it's just my face on it. My God, what a lame way to spend your money.
Yeah, no joke.
Okay.
Olin Mills.
That's right. So, yeah, give a big old Mills picture. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, just keep sending those to them. Oh, so absolutely that counts, right? Absolutely that matters. I'm not saying that doesn't, but that's not what gets them to do business with you.
Yes, for sure.
Right. So what gets them to do business with you is that there's a certain amount of connection, know, like, and trust that is involved. Okay.
Yeah.
And so in order to have that, you got to go beyond just your ad. You have to get into your message. You got to share who it is and what you are. And we'll talk a little bit more about how to do that in a second. But you got to dig in a little bit to what your message actually is. Is your message that you care about your sellers and your buyers? Well, if that's your message, then your message sucks because, quite frankly, everybody should be doing that, right?
Yeah.
So don't say in your emails, I really care that my buyers get the home of their dreams and my sellers sell at the top price. Oh my God, that's literally what everybody thinks should happen. Why is that your message? That is such a
Absolutely.
Nobody's going to go any deeper.
Yep.
Why would you go any deeper? You're basically saying the bare minimum is my promise.
Yeah.
Right?
I promise to wear shoes.
That's exactly right. So go deeper than that.
Yeah.
Okay. So whenever you go deeper than that, that has to be part of your message, right? Is it because you want to, positively impact the community or whatever it is? Figure out what your message is. And then that should be the tone and the theme and the undercurrent of all of your emails.
Yeah.
Okay?
And there are a few different things, and we'll just go over a couple of them. A few different things that, you're really trying to spark, when someone reads your emails or, consumes any of your content. And we'll just go over a few. There's a few of them on the list, but I'll pick a couple, and we'll go. The first one, we'll say curiosity.
Yeah, curiosity. Whenever you're talking about your message, if you're saying hey, I want to be part of the community, you have to spark their interest of why you like being part of their community.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. But if you grew up disadvantaged, right, and you don't want that to happen in your community, if you had food insecurities as a kid and you don't want that to happen in your community anymore, if you grew up and somebody's tearing down the baseball field to put up a parking lot, right, off the old song, right,
yeah.
So and you want to be involved so that doesn't happen. That matters to you. You have to be able to share that part of that message and that story, but do it in a curiosity, do it in a curiosity way, right?
Yeah.
Or do it in a way that creates amazement, right?
Yeah.
And when I mean amazement, I mean that means like you're doing it in a way that you have some statistics that that just help them understand why it's important. So if they're getting ready to get rid of that baseball field and put up a parking lot, right?
Yep.
You put a statistic in there that when baseball fields or when athletic fields are taken out of a neighborhood within 48 months, crime rises by 17%. That's why I want to be part of your community and make sure that right. So now all of a sudden you're hitting them with that holy crap, right? That number is astronomical. I want the home values to be a lot, and right. So you're hitting them with that amazement. Give them something that just makes them go, this person's an expert. They really leaned into it. That's really going to make a difference in what they're, in the way that I look at how they do business in my community.
Yep, exactly. So we've talked about sharing your message. We've given a couple, examples of, some emotions maybe that you want them to go through: amazement, curiosity. Any emotion in the dictionary you can use if that's what you're trying to convey.
Astonishment, uncertainty, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but the second step here is getting personal, right? This is where you kind of can start making a real connection,
right?
With the buyers and sellers in your market.
Yeah. So getting personal means being vulnerable, right? We talk about that a lot, right? Yep. So go ahead and put yourself out there a little bit. Don't get too much, right? I'm not talking about discussing your politics and your beliefs in every one of your posts and all that kind of stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay, when I say get personal, like we just talked about the food insecurities or the poverty in a certain neighborhood, or that you grew up in a rural area that didn't have sports and you want the kids in the neighborhoods to have every type of sport they would ever want to play. All of that kind of stuff is super important. But then you get into a personal story in your nurture sequence with them, whether it's by email or however it is, and say several people have asked me questions about why it matters so much to me to not turn the park into a parking lot, right?
Yep.
Growing up as a kid, I this, that, and the other, and you get a little bit personal in that situation, okay? And then you go to social media and you put something on there, and it says, if you want a little bit more information, I shared something with some of my customers and clients this morning, and I just wanted to put it on social media. Check out this post, and you have a blog post that the post on your social media takes them to your website that has a little bit of information about the park and how you grew up as a kid, and you wanted all of that to happen. Now, mind you, it's not going to hurt that on the top of that there's a home value estimator or anything like that, or
right.
Download to get my newsletter, whatever it is. But now you're starting to tie those things together, and you're talking about your personal story, and you're starting to drive the traffic to a place where they can learn a little bit more about you. But at the same time, they're also learning how to that it's not just about you marketing yourself. It's about you promoting who you are and what it is that you're doing, because that's going to help them better understand why they should do business with you.
Yep, absolutely. And so, the third thing we're bringing up, and we kind of talked a little bit about emotion before, but this is a little bit different. Is you need to make it emotional, right? So you've shared your message. You've brought in a few different. Hey, think about it this way. Think about it that way. You've made it personal. Mm-hmm. Right? Shared kind of your beliefs on a few things. Nothing, like you said, nothing political and that kind of thing.
Right.
But now time's to kind of make an emotional connection with that person.
Yeah, because everybody's probably heard this, but in case you haven't, right? People justify their decision to buy, to use you, based on logic. Okay.
Yeah.
But they make the decision because of emotion.
100%.
Right. And so that's what we want to make sure that we do. We want to make sure that we inject emotion into that situation. Now, keep in mind, none of this is from a manipulative standpoint. This is all really who you are.
Absolutely.
Putting it out there on Front Street and getting connected with people, because this is a very top of funnel situation for you. Right.
Yes.
This is you making connections with people and being able to send something to them that allows you to help them feel comfortable engaging with you at a completely different level.
Yes.
That's what it is that we're trying to accomplish. And you're not going to be able to do that by being, Dr. Spock. Right. That's just not going to happen. You're going to have to lean into some emotion with that.
Some people connected with Dr. Spock.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did they really?
I think Kirk did. I think he was like...
He did, but how come he did? Because Spock started showing some emotion.
Some of his half-human side.
Right, that's exactly right.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, guys, you could be Dr. Spock. Yeah, it doesn't help, though.
But you're going to have to show some emotion.
It's an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle, right? So, guys, wherever you listen to this, whether it be iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Deezer, or any of those platforms, make sure that you hit that follow button if you're watching us on YouTube.
What's up?
Live long and prosper.
There you go.
Hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell right beside it. You get notified every time we drop a new episode. Matt, Brokers Open Podcast. It's not just about open houses.
It's about open minds.